Okay. Whereabouts has the water been collecting on that one there? So whereabouts have you found the water in the car?
In the 4 footwells.
It's in all 4,
yeah.
Is it? So if you obviously open the car up for us there, what obviously led you to notice that there was water in the footwells? Anything at all?
Dampness.
So a damp sort of smell, yeah?
Well, just damp on these mats first of all. On the first one,
Yeah.
there's a little bit of damp on the mats, but only seen damp on that mat, not that mat, but underneath.
I get you.
And then I just noticed that all of them felt damp. I think it progressively got worse, perhaps.
I get you. So it's obviously all in the back. That's okay. Had any condensated windows in the morning? Anything like that?
Yeah, when it was back in the winter, it was really condensation on the windscreen.
So that's a good
ice inside at one point.
Yeah, that's good. That's normal. Good indication. Have we noticed any obviously water in the boot at all?
Not in the boot.
No, that's okay. So that feels a little bit damp under there.
That was the worst one there.
That's the worst side. Yeah, that's okay.
But they have all been wet.
I get you. That's okay. And obviously, was there any visible signs? So have you noticed any water coming down at all anywhere? Except for it condensating on the screen.
Only at one point, I thought I felt some drips coming from the drive, on the pedals.
I get you.
On my foot.
So underneath the pedals.
But I didn't. Yeah.
But weren't too sure.
No,
that's okay.
Right.
That's all right. So what I'll do is I'll just quickly check around this side as well. So it feels damp in the back. Yes, we've got water down in this little column here, so this is all wet under here as well. Okay. Has anyone else obviously tried to fix it at all?
Somebody has looked at it,
Uh-huh.
and I don't know because I never spoke to him. I only spoke to the girl on reception.
Yep.
She said he had a quick look and cleaned the vents.
Okay, so it's possibly the scuttle area
I think
underneath.
it was that scuttle area.
I'll get you. That's
Because
okay.
it was very quick, and then
That's all right, and we've got original screen in there as well. But obviously we'll test that, and I think that's it.
that is a replacement.
No, you've got
windscreen.
the question if you want us
That is a replacement screen, yeah.
Well, that's what they said. They put a replacement in because the heated screen was.
I'll get you. So what we'll do is we'll double check that just in case, obviously on the front screen. That's okay.
Got a Ford EcoSport 2018. So water leak found video. So let's show you where we found the water. This is what the lady's shown us. She first told us that the windows were steaming up and she had a musky smell. So James is showing you where we found the water. Now, what happens is the water comes down where you can't see and then fills up from the bottom upwards. So this water spread throughout the whole of the footwell. And on this particular car, the foam is very thick. So that's not going to dry if you just leave it. We're going to have to get the car seat out and the carpet up, and you can see there that's soaked. So it's going nearer wires. On this particular car, the threat is the wiring, because obviously you don't want that water to affect the wiring. So we'll show you how the water got there. And the lady was saying about the smell, but obviously that's how she found it in the end. So here's how the water got there. James is going to demo that. This particular car's been and had a screen, but it's got a proper Ford screen in it. So he's putting some soap down there, and then he's going to push some air on this side. So we cannot be sure that it is the screen, but we think it's the seal on the screen. And you see the bubbles coming out there as he's pushing air this side. There's your bubbles there. It's not obvious, so we can get it right on the spot where it... Crazy as it seems, that the air's going in here and the bubbles are going up there. But there you go, you'll see there, see it's bubbling up. So that's telling us that it's likely to be the screen, but until we turn the screen over, we cannot be sure that the seal has gone on the screen. It could be a weld or something behind this seal. So we're going to get the screen out and show you what it's like underneath. Right, so Ford EcoSport, just a short video clip to show you what we call an in-trim video. We've got the seats out of the car. We left the centre console in, but I just wanted to show you this where you don't know this mould can be. So you've got that obvious mould there, right along between the seats. And then if I lift up the carpet, you'll see that it's soaked under there. The back bottom here, I can see the water running out of that carpet there. But that's gone black, because the water's been in there for a long time. Lady said the screen was fitted about a year ago, so you can see how soaking wet that actually is. It's not a very thick underlay, you see there, and the base of the metalwork there underneath. So this probably wouldn't take too long to dry. We'd need our super dryer. You have to suck out the water with a wet vac first, and then put our super dryer in. And also we'll spray a decontamination product on this while it's up, because all of this is, you know, you can't consider that to be clean water now because it's been in the dirty carpet for probably about a year. You know, it would have took a long time to build up, so it wouldn't have had that amount of water, which is why she didn't notice it. All she said was she kept thinking about her old car. She said how lovely her old car was, and didn't have all this steam problem. And obviously this one began to smell, having all the water running down the screen. And then she worked it out that there must be water, and felt the carpet. So that's basically how it all came about. And then once we've done our diagnostic procedure, we've identified that it was the screen that was leaking. And then she's worked out that she'd had a screen done under warranty at the dealers about a year ago, and because one of the elements wasn't working for the defrost, so this has this defrost element thing, you know, so it's like a, you know, sort of heated front screen, and half the screen wasn't heated, so they replaced it, and unfortunately they've obviously not quite sealed it properly. But anyway, we're going to put the seats back together. She's going to go back to the dealer with it, and they've already offered to sort it out, which is great. So hopefully they'll decontaminate it as well. We've sprayed it anyway, so that mould there will be okay, but we recommended it needs to be removed. It's also wet on the other side, I might add that. Where they leak on one side, often if they're not sealed correctly, then they often leak on the other side. That is very heavy. Christ, that's a lot wetter this side than I thought. That is very, very heavy. Really heavy. And there's all the water coming out of that, so you can see. There we go.